give to you your feature presentation. Presenting
Down for the 123 podcast. Hello everyone and welcome to Down for the 123 podcast episode number 44 with the Monday Night Raw review of the 11th of July. Shit, it is July. Wow. Fuck. Madness, pure madness. Yeah, it's July. Wow. Sorry for not releasing NXT Smackdown news last week. Sorry guys. Yeah, I'll be back this week purely because we've got a bit of Shinsuke Nakamura versus Finn Balor, so hopefully that'll be a bit more fun. But yeah, been a bit inconsistent this week. It's been a bit of a hectic week, just all around, even on the YouTube channel and just everything has just been a bit weird. But yeah, this week getting back into gear, getting back into focus. Yeah, it's all good. I suppose instead of me just talking loads of bullshit, let's just crack on. So we have the Monday Night Raw, the 11th of July 2016. I believe it was in Detroit. Yeah, it was in Detroit. So Monday Night Raw opened with just a shitload of jobbers in the middle of the ring, and then good old Apollo Crews got his entrance for something, and then we found out it was a battle royal to name a new number one contender for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. So we had The Miz and Maurice on commentaries, and in the ring we had people such as like Alberto Del Rio, Dolph Ziggler, Crews, the debut of good old Make Darren Young Great Again. I don't know what happened to my voice in the middle of that. Who else do we have? There's just loads of tag teams like the Usos, the Ascension were there. No Shining Stars, I don't think. Yeah, no Shining Stars. I feel like they've actually gone now. Like, I feel like their time has just disappeared. But yes, Owen, we had people like the Vaudevillains, and the first person to get eliminated was good old Aiden English. I'm pretty sure he got eliminated in one of the other battle royals that happened recently as well. I can't remember which one, but it was one of them. But yeah, so near the end of the match, obviously people getting eliminated, and it came down to Alberto Del Rio, Apollo Crews, Baron Corbin, Darren Young, Bubba Ray, Dudley, and good old Dolph Ziggler. So Young took out Bubba Ray, and then Ziggler knocked Del Rio to the floor, but Del Rio went through the middle rope, and then Corbin Irish whipped Alberto Del Rio to the corner where Crews was waiting to eliminate Alberto Del Rio. Corbin stood up on the apron and grabbed Ziggler by the head and threw him over the top rope. Crews charged at Corbin, but they both tumbled out to the floor, and by default Darren Young was the last man standing in the ring, and he looked fucking surprised as everyone else in the ring. And good old Bob Backlund entered the ring and they celebrated. Like this is just weird, purely because he didn't get an entrance or anything. It was like at least fucking 10 minutes into Raw, we found out he was there, because I was just looking through the contenders. I didn't really see Darren Young. It wasn't until I saw Bob Backlund on the outside I was like, oh shit, there's Bob Backlund. And then that's when Michael Cole kind of told everyone Bob Backlund was there. We're like, oh, he was actually there. Madness thing, boy. What? Wow, shit. But if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have known. But yeah, so I don't even know why they do this. There were so many other better people to win this instead of good old Darren Young. But no, they give it to Darren Young. I suppose he's just going to lose. I can't see The Miz losing it to Darren Young. If The Miz is going to lose it to anyone, it should be an Alberto Del Rio or Dolph Ziggler, someone that can just give him a bit of. Don't know, Miz has been a pretty good Intercontinental champion, but he fucked off for a while to film some shit film, and we don't want that. We want them to stay on fucking Raw, so that needs to change. But other than that, sorry, my throat tastes like shit. But other than that, I think whatever, man. It's obviously gonna happen. You know, when you got Bob Backlund just in your corner, you know they're gonna give you a bit of a push. So I'd rather have him have the push now than fucking, you know, later on just out of nowhere. And then we had a backstage segment between Rusev and good old Zack Ryder, where he goes to confront Rusev and challenge him for the United States Championship. But Sheamus attacks him from behind and he goes, "Mate, you've got a scheduled match with me in the middle of the ring, so you better like fucking get ready for that." And then obviously, I think it went to a break and then came back. And then it was Sheamus versus good old Zack Ryder. So near the end of the match, it was a pretty short match. I'm pretty sure it wasn't longer than like 5 or so minutes. It was a short match. So I think Zagler, yeah, that's the guy, Zagler. No, Zack Ryder. I believe it was the Rough Rider. He went for the Rough Rider, but he kind of like threw Sheamus over him, like over his head. And then Sheamus hit him with the bro kick and beat him for the 1-2-3. And yeah, Sheamus defeated Zack Ryder. And then after the match, Rusev came out and attacks Zack Ryder and puts him in the accolade and repeatedly shouts, "I accept your challenge, I accept your challenge." It was a bit weird. I'm pretty sure he just accepted the challenge. Why he had to say it so many times, I really don't know. But it is what it is. Hopefully Zack Ryder can actually win the title, because we want Zack Ryder, because everyone just looks at Zack Ryder now. Come on, you've got two if you look at the main belts, right, women's, the main WWE one, Intercontinental, US, and the tag, we've got 2 faces out of 5. See, that's not good. 2 faces out of 5. You'd rather have 3 faces, you know, 3 faced baby faces as champions than the 2, just because it just makes sense, doesn't it? There's no point having so many heels fucking, you know, just taking over. But we'll see what happens. And sorry, it's fucking dead. Then next match we have was Breezango defeated the Lucha Dragons in, well, this match was just a bit weird. So let me just run down this match. So before the match, footage aired of the angle between these two teams, that I believe also was on the pre-show. And then during the match, Kalisto took a hot tag and went for a springboard off the second rope, but botched the shit out of it. Crashed and burned. Looked like he broke his face. But to be fair to the fair play of just Tyler Breeze and Kalisto, you know, they transitioned well. You know, didn't really make a big fuss of it. They just, you know, carried on like it was nothing. And then hit the move eventually, like a couple seconds later. And then he threw like a weird, like cool kick at Tyler Breeze, which is kind of cool. And spiked his head into the canvas with a Hurricanrana. And then Kalisto watched Sin Cara just dive onto Fandango, leaving himself vulnerable to a roll up for a 2 count. I thought that would have been it. But Breeze ducked a Kalisto move in the corner and then caught him with a kick, rolled him up for the win. And boom. Yeah, boom. Tyler Breeze and Fandango beat the Lucha Dragons in 4 minutes 25. Tyler Breeze and Fandango just beat the ex-US champion. What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? Pure madness. Then we had some bullshit. And then we had Seth Rollins heading to the ring for the Rollins report. And then, so during the Rollins report, Seth Rollins aired a very, very heavily edited interview between him and Roman Reigns about his suspension. And yeah, this was just fucking joke, really. I found it funny. You know, it's one of those things where it's all like the past interviews of Roman Reigns, and they've cut it down. They've made, you know, Seth Rollins answer questions like, would you do it again? And then, you know, Roman Reigns reply, yes, as long as there's breath in my lungs or something and blood pumping in my veins, I'll do it within a heartbeat or some bullshit like that. And it was funny. It was fun to watch. But then we had the WWE champion. Yeah, the WWE champion. Dean Ambrose come out and he agreed to give Seth Rollins a one-on-one championship match whenever he wants. So the match was officially made for next week. We're going to have a WWE championship match between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose next week on Raw. Fun times. I generally am a bit confused on that, purely because, just because the draft it will be the next day. So my guess is that everyone who locks into a feud now is gonna stay on the same roster. So we're gonna get AJ Styles and John Cena on the same roster, as long as and Enzo, Amore, and Big Cass also on that roster. We'll get Zack, Ryder, and Rusev on the same roster. Most likely that will be. I don't even know, because we've got Miz and Darren Young. That'll be on the same roster, and I can see that actually going to Raw, and in the US on Smackdown, and then we also have. What else do we have? We'll have. Who else in the feud right now? Shit. Oh, and also all the Shield members will most likely be on one roster as well, which I can see happening because it just does make sense, doesn't it? And then also this means that Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar will also be on the same roster. So I can genuinely see SmackDown being built up like with John Cena, AJ Styles, potentially, I'm not 100% sure on this one, but potentially Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They'll be on the same roster because they're in a feud right now as well. Fuck, I don't even know, man. Like, they could go anywhere. Like, they can. You can't tell where Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are gonna go, but you can see the Shield members dominating Raw. Really, them being the main faces of Monday Night Raw, and you will have. Yeah, I suppose you can see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens also on the Monday Night Raw as well. And then on SmackDown you get John Cena, AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton. There's enough big faces on both sides to up the ante. But I feel like when it comes to like Cesaro as well, Cesaro needs to stay with the Kevin Owens. I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. Oh fuck. Oh, I'm so ill. I've been out catching Pokemons all day. No, I haven't. But yeah, so shit, I've completely sneezed on. That's where I was. Yeah, so I can see people staying on the same roster. I keep wanting to sneeze. But whether they do or whether they don't, I don't know. But most likely you can try and figure out where most people are going to go and stuff. And then we had the next match between Kevin Owens and Cesaro. And before the match, Owens had security escort Sami Zayn out of commentary, out of the commentary table. As Sami Zayn was getting escorted out of the ring, Kevin Owens made his way down to the ring, and they briefly brawled on the ramp, and then that was it. And they got split up, and Kevin Owens ran into the middle of the ring, waiting for his opponent for tonight, which is Cesaro. Just briefly on this feud, I can see this actually being the last match these guys have for a while. So that's what I mean, when I was talking about what brand they'd be on, I can genuinely see these two being split up. I feel like, because the first time these guys met was at like fucking, I want to say it was after WrestleMania. Yeah, I want to say it was the pay-per-view after WrestleMania. Payback, I want to say they had a fight and they had a match. And yeah, they I believe Kevin Owens won that match, and then I'll have a match on Battleground. Most likely Sami Zayn will win this one, and leaving it at 1-1, and then they'll wait for a bit, split both the teams up, yeah, and then we'll see them eventually come together for that third and final match, and then we'll see what that feud goes. But yeah, generally I could see good old Sami Zayn winning this one. It just makes sense if they want to carry the feud on, which I think they will. But it would make more sense to, Kevin's already won one, give Sami Zayn this one, split them both up on different brands. But then it's just weird. How would you, if they're on different brands, how would you, ramp up and hype up the match? It's quite hard to give a match a bit of oomph when fucking one's on one roster and the other's on the other roster. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. But then so then we had the Kevin Owens and Cesaro match. Kevin Owens gave Cesaro the torture rack into a neck breaker and got the pin for the 1-2-3. So it's quite interesting to see, Kevin Owens with a different move. It's weird to say that, basically a torture rack. Yeah, I can see that being like a signature move or something, just to set up the finisher. But then technically the finisher was the net breaker, and that's like, it was just weird to see when you see like fucking John Cena, AA fucking Brock Lesnar through 17 tables and he only gets a 2 count, like, and then you get Cesaro beaten with a net breaker. It was just a bit like, when people kick out of the fucking Shawn Michaels kick to the face when Dolph Ziggler does it, or even when Rusev does it, or the DDT, or moves that used to be so mad, and not mad, but like, I won't say mad, but fucking they used to be so OP back in the day, and now it's like, you know what I mean? It's just a bit weird. If this is his new finisher, I am gonna be a bit gutted, because that pop-up power bomb was so good when he gave it to Mark Henry last week. It was fucking like sick. Yes, that's fan-fucking-tastic. That looked amazing. Then I just need to keep the pop-up power bomb. Please keep the pop-up power bomb. And then we had a match between Titus O'Neil and Heath Slater. And this match again was fucking short. Oh wait, no, we missed something. We've completely forgot something. Ignore that shit. So so Owens picks up the win with the neckbreaker torture rack move, and then after the match, he went on to he stole Byron's headphones and told everyone that he's best in the ring, on commentary and on the mic. And then all of a sudden Sami Zayn comes from the crowd and attacks Kevin Owens, who throws Kevin Owens into the path of Cesaro in the middle of the ring, who gave him a massive swing. It went on for a while, and that was the end of that segment. And then we finally had the fucking Titus O'Neil, and by the way, I've got a lot of feedback saying, why did I say Titus? When it's actually Titus. I know it's Titus. It just sounds a bit more fun to say Titus, I suppose. Like, why not say Titus? His name's got a tit in there. Like, come on. And his fucking finishing moves is a spinning powerbomb, and then he like bums the guy when he wants to pin him. It's funny times, really, isn't it? It's just funny times. Where are we next? So on the outside, obviously we had Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, and then Titus dominated early, and then Heath Slater hit a DDT from a distraction off the Social Outcast for a 2 count, and then Titus O'Neil came back with the Clash of Titus for the win, and this was a fucking 3-minute 5-second match. Madness. That was really it. Nothing major to go on there. And then we had a backstage segment between Darren Young, no, not Darren Young, Renee Young, interviewing Sasha Banks, who spoke about how she'd been focused on shutting Dana Brooke's mouth all weekend, and said that she couldn't really enjoy her cousin Snoop Dogg on Family Feud because she was so focused on Dana Brooke. Why would she need to name drop the whole Family Feud, Snoop Dogg thing? Like, why? It's not like Snoop Dogg was going to make, more money off it just because he was on there. Makes no sense. Unless she was on there, then that makes sense. But I don't think she was. So what was the fucking point? But anyway, then we get a clip, just a little teaser clip about the whole Wyatt compound match. It was a mad thing. And then we had The Miz TV with Darren Young and Bob Backlund advertised for Smackdown. And then I believe it is the compound match. So, if any of you are TNA fans out there, I am not one of them. Yeah, so it was basically just a rip-off, a piss take out of Final Deletion. That what happened between Matt and Jeff Hardy on TNA. I believe 2 weeks ago or something. Yeah, I want to say a week ago. So, the New Day made their way to the Wyatt compound, which is basically an open field. There was nothing a compound about it. It was just an open field with loads of cars in a circle with the headlights on. That was it. Then a woman wearing a sheet mask distracted the New Day, and then the lights went on. Basically like the headlights from all the cars, and then a car tried to run over the New Day, who moved out of the way, and then Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, and Rowan came out of the car. So it's just fun where you try to get a hit and run on WWE TV. That's always a good way to start a segment. And then they cut to Xavier Woods hiding behind a tree. There was a little scrap when the guys got out of the car. The New Day basically got bitched by the Wyatts, which makes sense. But then they cut to Xavier Woods hiding behind a tree, and then Bray Wyatt swung an axe fucking at Xavier Woods' head, and it just looked like, how scary could that have gone wrong, man? That could have just gone so fucking wrong, it's a joke. Like, shit, that could have gone so fucking wrong. But yeah, Then Bray Wyatt roughed up good old Xavier Woods and then carried him away, and then he walked over to just where the rest of the New Day members are, and dropped him onto the floor. And then Kingston struck the trio with an object. I believe it was like a pipe or something. There was the cam, like, let me talk about it first, and then I'll give my thoughts. So they all hit, but he was outnumbered. They threw him into the back of the car, and then Wyatt just destroyed the car windows with an axe. And then Wyatt called for Xavier Woods to come out the car. The New Day trio regrouped and approached a kneeling Wyatt, who started laughing at them. They were surrounded by many fucking trucks, truck lights and shit, and then a bunch of them, bunch of lanterns, appeared, held by people wearing sheet masks. And then he said to end the Wyatt, I can't even fucking talk. Then Bray Wyatt ended the segment with saying, "Follow." He doesn't even talk that deep. Just follow the buzzards. That was it. See, now this would have been very fun to watch and just very enjoyable and very fun and something different if it wasn't so fucking shaky. And then WWE started, they thought to be clever with shaky cam and then putting a dark ass filter on there when they've filmed it in the night. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. WWE, I really could have enjoyed this and made fun of it and fucking had a laugh. It was something different, yay, fun times. But no, you had to put a dark ass filter on there. It was filmed at night, so you barely saw anything. Fucking, then you had the shakiest cam. It was like the WWE mixed with the Blair Witch Project. It was like what the fuck? It looked like this was all filmed on a GoPro on someone's balls, and they told him to run around the field for a bit and try and record what he could. Like, what the fuck? So shit, man. I was actually looking forward to this. Like, weirdly, I was thinking, you know, this would be something different. This would be something fun to watch. But no, they just fucked it. But anyway, yeah, that was it. And then we had Enzo and Amore come out, and Enzo, Amore, and Big Cass come out to have a match with the club. I believe it was all three members. I want to say it was all three members. But no, it wasn't. It was just fucking Enzo, Amore, and Big Cass versus Kyle Anderson and Luke Gallows. My mind went completely blank there. Sorry. Yeah, so that was that. Then, long story short, Enzo and Cass picked up the win via disqualification when AJ Styles interfered in the match by, I believe, Big Cass already on the outside, and AJ Styles has flung him over the barricade into where the fans were, and then all three members of the club stood up on the ring and surrounded I scared Enzo Amore, and just before they laid the beat down on him, yeah, good old John Cena makes a save after he was announced earlier in the night that he wasn't going to be there. He was meant to be like busy and rehearsing for the SPs. He made a save, and the team of John Cena and Enzo and Cass basically flung and battered the shit out of the club and took them all out of the ring. And I believe a match got set up for next week, or we've already got the match set up for Battleground. Oh yeah, we've already got the match. No, never mind. The match is already set up for Battleground between these six people. Then we had a match between Sasha Banks and Dana Brooke. Sasha Banks picked up the win via submission with the bank statement. And then after the match, Charlotte announced that Banks will have to face Brooke again on SmackDown. And I believe if she does, then she'll be in contention for the WWE Women's Champion. Yeah, that was that. My phone's going off in the background, sorry guys, Jesus Christ. Everyone's talking about Pokemon Go, fuck's sake. And then we had the main event of the match almost, or the closing segment of the match, where Mr. McMahon returned to Monday Night Raw to announce the new commissioners of SmackDown. The fucking what? The what? The commissioners, mate. The fucking commissioners, mate. Are you having me on? Commissioners. What kind of sick fucking joke is this? Commissioners, mate. I don't even know what to say. What the fuck? Yeah. So, yeah, good old Shane McMahon and Stephanie McMahon made their way into the ring, and they pleaded their cases to Vince about why they should be running SmackDown and Monday Night Raw as well at the same time. And then Mr. McMahon goes, he's surprised these guys haven't slit each other's throats by now. You sick fuck, man. You sick fuck. Jesus Christ, mate. What the fuck is wrong with you? Who knows? So then fucking Vince McMahon finally makes his announcement that Shane McMahon will be running SmackDown. And then Shane McMahon just went on a mad one, started celebrating. But then he also announced that Stephanie McMahon would be running Raw, and she went on a mad one. But they have to name general managers. Why? And if they don't, he'll name one for them. And then also, Stephanie McMahon slapped the shit out of Shane McMahon. Jesus Christ, that was a slap. That was a nice open-handed slap to the face. To make it even better though, as she left the ring, the bitch fell. Her fucking 17-inch heels buckled under her fat ass cankles, and the bitch fell. It was funny. Shane McMahon's face was a picture, man. It was a joke. So yeah, that was that. But more important things. So they have to name. So these guys are commissioners, and I'm only thinking these guys are commissioners for one reason and one reason only. They don't have to be on Monday Night Raw every fucking week. That's what it is. And I think that's the reason they've had to have general managers in place. It's really because they'll be overlooking the show, but they are not going to be there every week. Which I suppose is a bit annoying, because when you had people like Eric Bischoff back in the day, you know, you'd have him like every single Raw in about 2 to 3 segments of every episode. Now you don't really get much of that. A bit weird. You know, it's just, I don't even know. It's just a bit weird. It's just like, okay. But I'm just going to give you guys a bit of breaking news right now. Mad thing. It was released on the WWE app. Someone must have fucked up basically on the WWE app, and they must have had it on a schedule thing, so it was meant to release next week, but it released this week instead. It was, like, basically it was meant to release next Tuesday. It released this Tuesday instead. And basically what it was saying is that the general manager for SmackDown is, drumroll, Daniel motherfucking Bryan. Yes, that just makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. Well done, WWE. Because the whole point of Shane McMahon, he wants people that have never had opportunities before. He wants to give them opportunities. He wants to give the people that have been fucked over in the WWE opportunities and prove people wrong that, you know, these underdogs can actually pull through. AKA fucking Daniel Bryan, the biggest underdog in the world right now. But to headline one of the biggest WrestleManias of all time, WrestleMania 30, where he won both championships, the undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Championships. Mad thing. In a triple threat between Batista and Randy Orton. Yes. 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 Mad thing. And it 100% just does make sense for, you know, the whole thing that Shane McMahon, he wants underdogs. Get an underdog as a GM. It just makes sense. And watching Daniel Bryan on the Cruiserweight Championship, I believe, that must have been his, like, fucking, like, here's your little test. See how you do on here. See how people react to you. And everyone loved it. I loved him being on there. It was just nice to see Daniel Bryan. He does have a stupid amount of knowledge when it comes to WWE. So it's nice to see him back. And we'll be able to see him every week now. In a dominant, hopefully he'll be there. I can see him be there every week. It's just fun. Yes. He's a GM. Yay, how cool. Finally we get Daniel Bryan back. One of my favourite wrestlers of all time. But yeah, that was it for breaking news. We still don't know who Monday Night Raws will be. Most likely, let's be honest, it's going to be the H. You know, good old triple. It's going to be Triple H, let's be honest. It just makes sense. I'm pretty sure that's a bit obvious. But, yes, where are we now? Awards for WWE Raw. Yes, awards time. Yes, it is. This is going to be a very short podcast. I'm sorry, guys, but I'll do better next time. But yeah, so awards for this week. Worst and best dressed. Worst dressed? What the fuck, right? Was Bob Backlund wearing? I know he's been wearing it in every single promo. But a man at your age just shouldn't be wearing the fucking, what they called, like the braces, like to keep your pants up, mate. No, Bob. Please fucking stop. Please. Thank you. Best dressed? Oh shit, man, I don't even know. Stephanie McMahon looked pretty good, I suppose. To be fair, I really like what the Luchas were wearing. Kalisto and Sin Cara, I think Sin Cara more. It's their pattern was sick. On their yeah, and I'm gonna give it to men for once. They look sick. Yes, 100% best dressed. The Lucha Dragons, they're like, it was like a green and black, like a lime green and black type thing. Little wicked man. Yeah, boy, you go. Worst and best acting. To be fair, that last segment, Stephanie McMahon was just a bit poor. It just was, man. It was just a bit shit. Best acting, I'm gonna give it to Seth Rollins for that whole little video package. I just thought it was fucking joke. Yes, well done. Then we had worst and best comment. You know what? To be fair, I didn't really hear any comments. I would have given this one. I just didn't really hear shit from Monday Night Raw. Normally we hear some good old stuff, but yeah, there was just nothing really to report on. Best move, probably that, like, okay, I need to explain it better. So, like, Kalisto in that Kalisto match, weirdly Kalisto is gonna get worse than best move. So yeah, he did a fucking little, like, I don't know what to say. Like, it was like a flip in the air, like a 360 flip on his feet again, flip to back to his feet. But then he did a roly poly and then a kick to the face. It was just sick, man. I don't know what it was. It was madness. Like, well done. And obviously, worst move goes to that fucked up botch where he nearly broke his entire face. That botch was terrible, but fair play. They pulled it off quite well after. And then worst and best moment. Worst and best match. Worst match, probably that fucking the Titus O'Neil match. That was just a bit terrible. Best match. Fuck, there wasn't even a good match as Raw. Probably the Kevin Owens and Cesaro match, but like that, you know, again, probably only going to give it just because of what happened before and what happened after the match, and then to see something different, you know, the torture rack into the net breaker, I suppose. That was it. But other than that, it was, yeah, pretty poor matches on Monday Night Raw. To be fair, like we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches, right? And I believe 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 of these 7 matches were under 5 minutes. I think, yeah, 5 of these matches were under 5 minutes. That's a joke. The longest matches were the Kevin Owens and Cesaro match that went over 5 minutes, and obviously the Battle Royal at the start of the match. That's shocking, man. Monday Night Raw, sort your shit out and just go back to 2 hours. It just makes sense. It just really fucking does make sense. Jeez, man, I don't know what to say. That's all I don't know to say anymore, man. Fuck that shit. Then what do we have? We have shit. Then we have worst and best moment. So worst moment, the fucking that shit compound match, man. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to that compound because I was so excited for it, and I thought it was gonna be funny and just a bit enjoyable, something silly and stupid, but it was a bit fun at the same time. And they fucked it with the filter and the shaky cam. Yeah, worst moment, fucking bullshit. Best moment, Stephanie McMahon's fall. That little buckle of needed a little flip flap. That is joke, man. It was yeah, that was good. That was funny. Best moment, and then Shane McMahon's face as well. That was intention for best moment as well. I believe that's it for today. Mad thing. 40-minute podcast. That's not that bad, I suppose. 40 minutes. Hey, you know, we've had shorter ones, guys. Come on. Yeah, normally, like I said, it'll be the Monday Night Raw and something else. But I'm short for time. I'm busy. You know, I'm trying to get loads of shit out. It's Wednesday already, and this podcast has already gone up a day late. It's just been madness. This past, you know, so many days. But I'm back. Hopefully, get a upload. You'll get one form of upload a week, a day, a week. You know, a day on the YouTube channel, and obviously every Tuesday. Hopefully, fucking hell, not every Wednesday. Every Tuesday and Thursday, you'll get a podcast. And then hopefully you'll get the good old an upload once a day, whether it's just the whole podcast in general on YouTube, or you'll get the fucking a universe mode episode, or you'll get breaking news, or just something one. Hopefully, you know, the more the better, but most likely I'm just gonna aim for one a day or one every 2 days, and then we'll see how it goes. I suppose this week's gonna be a bit mad, purely because I will be uploading all the battleground matches, because I believe if I open up, yeah. So at the moment we've got the WWE Championship match between Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. Then we've got John Cena, Enzo, Amore, and Big Cass versus the Club. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Becky Lynch versus Natalya. Intercontinental match between The Miz and Darren Young. United States Championship match between Rusev and Zack Ryder. And the New Day versus the Wyatt family. We've already got 7 matches there. I believe that is all the matches. I want to say, yeah, this is all the matches. I think it is. Yeah, these are all the matches. So they have already been done, I suppose. Like, well, not done, but you know what I mean. Like, they've already been announced. So those 7 videos are gonna get uploaded as soon as possible. Really, the sooner the better, I suppose. But for now, this has been Down for the 123 podcast. I hope you've all enjoyed today's 44th episode of Down for the 123 podcast. Okay, guys, it's a joke. We are like 500 listens away from 20,000 listens. Holy fucking shit, guys. I just want to thank everyone so much for the amount of listens. It's a joke. Like, thank you all so much, man. 20,000 listens. It's just, I don't even think I know 20,000. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. That's a lot. Thank you all so fucking much, man. Thank you all. Just thank you. And obviously, it's summer now, so I'm free. I've got fucking nothing else to do. This is gonna be live, so just expect a lot of good things coming up for the rest of July and the whole of August. Whether it's a YouTube channel or the podcast in general, it's going to be exciting times. So, with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed today's podcast. I've been Sucky as always. We're going to get Akeem back. I was meant to get Akeem back this week. It was my fault. I'm recording this at stupid o'clock on a Wednesday. He was free on Tuesday, but I was busy. Fuck. But hey up, we'll be back. And yeah. So I'll catch you all on Thursday with NXT Smackdown News, where we will be 100% reviewing Shinsuke Nakamura versus Finn Balor. Oh fucking yes, I am excited for that match. But until then, I'll catch you all next time. Cheers.